Hey, my name is Samantha, and I'm coming to you on behalf of EPIC, Tri County CT. EPIC is empowering people and inspiring community. And that is the message that we're here to bring to you today, that together we are empowered. Together we can inspire each other and all rise together. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to thank Lisa, the co publisher of Epic Tri County CT and the co creator of Epic. She's in Cheshire and she's working our Facebook comments and our feed. So please let Lisa know that you're here and that you're seeing me because it's the only way that I know that I'm live. So I wanted to just touch a little bit on Mother's Day, which was yesterday. I hope everybody enjoyed the day. Whether you're a biological mother, mother in spirit, whatever it is, we all have that divine feminine within us. And we honored that in you yesterday. So happy Mother's Day. Also, I want to just expand a little bit. Each day, we offer our prayers and positive, affirmative, healing energies to everybody. And to expand on that, we're now offering an online secure prayer request page. And Lisa's going to put that in the feed. It's very simple. There'll be certain areas you'll link in the picture or in the text. Just look for the links. You can submit us a prayer request. Tell us what you're thinking, how you're feeling. It's all private, and we will be praying over your request for 33 days. So we'll talk more about that later because I have a beautiful guest. Her name is Malou Dusyn, and she's from Menla Holistic Health. And I'm bringing Malou forward in a moment where we're going to begin to talk about the beautiful gifts that she brings through her soul and her spirit and just her desire as a conscious business owner to be there for us. So we're going to bring Malou in a second. I did want to just read something that Malou had sent to me earlier. And it says, life is meant to be lived consciously and wholly, realizing your own true potential is part of thriving as a spiritual and physical being. So those are some words from Malou, and let me now bring her forward and please give her some epic love and light.
Thank you, Samantha
You're
and Lisa
welcome.
and Epic Tri County for hosting these live events,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
it's a way for us to all connect.
yeah. And
Yes.
it feels good. Malou and I had the opportunity to connect last night and just to have a conversation with someone, being we're socially distanced and to just have that interaction. Although it was virtual, I felt the heart connection, and it just helped me to relax a little bit and to realize that together we are all going to rise. We are going to come through this. It may look a little different than it used to, and all that jazz, but our hearts remain the same, our consciousness remains the same, and together we can. So, thank you for being here with us. You are the owner of Menla Holistic Center. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the center and what you bring as a conscious business owner and creator?
hmm Well, let's start with the name Menla. Menla is after the medicine Buddha.
Ah,
Yeah.
I just invoked the medicine Buddha.
You did,
I didn't
yes.
realize
Yes.
that. Wow.
Yeah. And so Sanja Menla means medicine Buddha, and Menla means the medicine man, medicine woman. Yes.
Okay.
The and So the medicine Buddha as the supreme healer
Yeah.
of all ails, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, and so we basically we invoke really the presence of and the blessing of medicine Buddha, through it, and it's through his compassion for all of us.
Yeah.
So it's named after him. Yes.
I did not know that. And I just want to tell our viewers that before we go live, I like to take a moment and connect with our guest, ground and center, and bring in our angels and guides. And today was the first day that I actually verbalized the presence of the medicine Buddha. And I called in I invoked that presence, and I had no idea that that is what you were going to bring forward in our conversation. So that is just an affirmation of the divine, um, that divine hand, that divine energy and everything. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh,
So
thank
where
you.
is your center? Where is Menla Holistic?
It is located at 645 Farmington Avenue at the Hartford West End. Yes, it's just near the border of West Hartford and Hartford, right next to the Prospect Avenue.
And now, are you open right now, Malou, or how do people find you?
It's really tough because we also have seminars and events. So with the social distancing, it's really hurting,
Yeah,
those classes, and we rely on that. We have hosted health fairs, self-care days, which has been very successful and well attended.
yeah,
Um, and but we do. I have also in that same space. We have the Hartford Mindfulness Center, so we offer Zoom meditations. Yes, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And I will send that schedule to you so you
please,
can share it. And
please.
then on Mondays, a free yoga.
Beautiful. Yeah,
Yes,
we will
by
absolutely, if you
Zoom.
send that, we will put it out there for people to find you. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Now,
And I will do the by phone sessions on the holistic counseling that I do.
okay,
So I'm available for some of my clients and everyone who needs to call in.
okay. So,
Yeah.
like you're working out of your home,
I'm working
or
at my home.
okay,
Yes.
okay. So, if I were to call, what type of holistic counseling? What does that look like? If I were to call you and say, "Hey, Menla or Malou, I'd like to, I'm seeking out your services. What could I expect?"
Okay, what you can expect is a combination, really, a putting together of the counseling that I have, that is mindfulness based counseling from
Mhm.
my years of studies on Buddhist psychology as a Tibetan Buddhist practitioner. I have trained with Tibetan and yogic masters for 30 plus years. Combine that with neuroscience, right? So you're expecting basically that for the counseling method and the energy, as I use the energy medicine as a therapeutic support.
Okay,
We know that what's happening with us is an expression of any um, emotional and mental stuff that we suppress, or it's in our subconscious. So it is also in our cellular memory. So while we are processing the usual counseling methodology, my client is also gets the benefit of the energy medicine to help realign their nervous system,
hmm hmm
using also sound frequency through binaural to also realign the nervous system and the brain to calm down.
beautiful. So
Yeah.
you're really taking the holistic and weaving in beautifully and a balanced way that the science, so the Eastern and the Western. Um, is that where the now I'm gonna try to pronounce this right because Malou offers ONDAMED. And what is ONDAMED? It's
Yeah.
can you explain that? Because I'm excited to learn about that.
ONDAMED, the name ONDAMED is ONDA means in Latin wave, and med for medicine, so wave medicine. And it is invention by a German scientist who used to work at a German manufacturing company. They manufacture medicine devices in Germany. And then he had a son that's been very, very sick. And so he's been looking at ways and means that for him to help him. And so he came across this invention, and it was getting very positive result. So he went out on a limb, left the company that he was with for 20 years, and then here the OnDemand was born. Yeah, so it is a pulse electromagnetic field therapeutic device that basically what it does is release pulse electromagnetic field. You know, we are electromagnetic beings,
Right.
and the Schumann resonance is basically the heartbeat of Earth, which basically resonates with our brain and the heart. So, because of electropollution in the environment and the shifts of the axis of the planet, we now don't have the strong or healthy PMF. It's a bit less. And then also, we don't live close to nature.
Mm,
And so we are basically um, electromagnetic field energy deficient. We're walking on low battery.
I
And
see.
look, our cells need energy. They rely on energy, electromagnetic energy, and there's battery. And then the cells, those are the foundation. Our body is made up of cells, which needs that energy. So we take good care better of our devices, our phone, we charge it quickly, but then in the meantime, we run around really very much energy deficient.
Like on a low battery.
Yes,
And what
yeah,
I'm envisioning and is like a car that you go to start, and if that battery's low, it may start and it may run, but it's going to give you that delay, that whine almost when you try to turn it over. So that's basically what's happening to our bodies because of the electromagnetic pollution.
yeah, yes, yeah. And so, we have so many devices now only because there are so many. Back in the days of our grandparents, their food is real food, right?
Right,
And the pollution is not like it is today.
right,
But then other pollution, the toxic air, but at the same time, the electropollution. So I'm seeing more and more cases that the doctors cannot really find any on the test, but they are having symptoms. And then some of them really are basically of electrosensitivity.
right.
And so these medical devices right now, the pulse electromagnetic field helps, is an antidote for that. And there are case studies that is proven that this is one of the treatment and therapeutic support to rebalance and you know meld and dissolve the charge. You know how it is when sometimes our computer is not working, our Wi-Fi, and then we
Yeah.
call. They will say, "Oh, you have to, you know, kind of like take
Reboot.
down and decharge it, right? Yeah.
Right.
So
Reboot
pull
it.
out and all from the the electric power down and everything.
Yeah.
And I said, why is that? So it said through there's accumulation of a charge, you know,
Yeah.
and then which disrupts basically the flow.
Yeah.
Similarly, our body is the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so this machine, this device, um, is it? Do you how? Where are you hooked up? Are you hooked up almost like an EKG? I'm seeing almost that where you put what is how does what is
Yeah, there
the
is
device?
um, we call it applicators
App?
that we put it on the part of the body, and then it's also based on the pulse. So the a vascular autonomic system. So it has a biofeedback system. So it's listening to your body, what your body needs,
Okay.
what frequency it needs, because what happens is that our body and then also the rest of our organs are calling for there's an imbalance, there's a
Right.
blockage,
Right.
right, and inflammation as well.
Wow.
So there will be I will use as a hand applicator to
Mhm.
or say scan and see which part of the body or area in the body that are blocked,
Wow.
where there is a dysfunction and inflammation.
Now
And
I
then
know that right now in the time
mhm,
of social distancing, you said that you're working out of your home. If someone wanted to come in to see you for something like this, are you seeing individuals on a case by case basis, or is this something we can look for in the future when you reopen? How is it still
yeah,
available? Because it
is
sounds
this
very
available? I wear a mask and a face shield.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
or a mask, and they would be wearing a mask as well.
okay.
Yes,
It
right.
sounds like, I mean, with all the time that we're spending on the computers right now and on our devices, they're just everywhere. I mean, me just sitting here, I can
Yes.
look around and I can there's four devices just right in my inner circle right here. So
And that depletes your system, and
I
it
can
creates
feel
stress in
that.
the limbic system,
Yes,
the old brain, because it's always feeling it's being attacked.
yes,
Yes,
yeah. So by coming in and seeing you would be one way to help to balance that through your different modalities, through the
right.
ONDAMED and the energy healing, the holistic
Hmm.
counseling, all of that together would be
Together,
almost a plan
right.
of treatment.
For
Okay,
example, if there's anxiety and trauma, you may already have an idea through basically through years of therapy why they have this issue, but
right,
then the cells have memory,
yes,
right? And so while you're dealing with understanding and then having to do with cognitive behavioral therapy, how you can, shift and rescript your, you know, your, your inner script,
right,
something more to positivity. The body also needs support because in the meantime, all the memory will keep on coming. So the idea is to do it all at the same time, to jumpstart your body, reset your system, your mind, your immune system, your nervous system,
mm,
and then with the use of sound healing that I use for binaural, it helps to also get your brain into the alpha state, which brings you into the theta, which is where healing happens.
yes, yeah,
To retrain that, because see, I use when I teach the classes, we have what we call the analogy of the the carrot and the stick, you
okay,
know.
yep,
So the brain will only, for the brain, any experiences that are traumatic or difficult experiences will be like velcro for the old brain, whereas positive experience will be just like teflon,
right,
right?
right,
And so that's the one that keeps on recurring and recurring.
okay,
Yeah.
that makes
And
sense.
so through the combination of energy medicine, sound healing, and counseling and mindfulness based counseling together, body, brain, mind, spirit, energy together, that's where you can optimize your healing.
Right. Because just as the memories and the traumatic experiences create that pattern in your cell and in your being, you can recreate it, like you said. I believe that our bodies are one of the finest machines. You know, we can rewrite that through
Mm-hmm.
therapies such as what you offer, and mindfulness, and getting out into nature and doing grounding, and eating you know healthy organic foods, and but the reset really is what has resonated with me today, Malou, is the analogy of the car battery or the battery,
Mm-hmm.
and running on, not what do people say, your wires are crossed, or whatever. It's that depletion, not running at full capacity, that I feel throughout my days and weeks and months. I've noticed that since the majority of my work has been around these computers, that I've started to experience some headaches, and so on and so forth. So you help to put that all in perspective. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We've included Amalu's contact information in the feed. We're also going to be posting the links to some of her virtual events, which is through Zoom meditation. So if you get that to me, I will absolutely put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to thank you. I want to thank you. It goes by so quickly. There are a few other questions, though, that I
Mm-hmm.
want to ask.
Yes.
How are you taking care of yourself right now, Malou, during this time? How are
Mm-hmm.
you taking care of you?
Yes. For we know with regards to that is not being talked about, how to protect oneself in addition to strengthen your immune system, which, by the way, my biocharger and the ONDAMED helps boost the immune system
Okay.
to fight that off. And and then so the other thing that's not being talked about is heat therapy. Do you remember? I don't know with you, when I get the flu or cold, my mother will wrap me with all layers of blanket, and the
Yes.
idea is to sweat it out,
Yes.
and then the following day the fever is gone. That to create that. See, because the virus cannot really last on heat.
Right.
So I have a biomat at home. I use every night, maybe 2 to 3 hours, and sometimes I fell asleep on it. If I have a little bit of a scratchy throat, a little bit of a chill or a cold, that takes care of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have that. So for people who have a sauna at home, I recommend that
Mm.
they use that. Of course, we know vitamin C's are very effective as well. So anything that's immune boosting and heat therapy, and of course drinking lots of water. And
And
sleep is also very important because it's restorative.
right, that all inclusive rest of just
Mm-hmm.
allowing that proper rest. And the biomats, I'd love to learn more about that. I have a friend who has some. Actually, my housemate has a couple biomats here. Um, didn't even think about them until you mentioned it. So thank you. That's what these conversations are about: is to help each other remember the body and the mind and the spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and to just help rise each other up through this. So
Yeah.
thank you for being
Yeah.
here. I always ask an impromptu question
Mm-hmm.
before we close,
Yes.
and it's just something off the cuff. And I think, let's just say, if you were at liberty to travel anywhere throughout the world right now,
Mm-hmm.
where would you go alone, not with anybody else, but where would you go to um, find respite? Where is your oasis?
You know what? I would like to be where it's what's calling me is to be with nature. Because we are primarily really connected to nature,
Mm, mm,
and then along with that, I would like just to say that within this pause, and yes, we are sharing the difficulty, but I would also keep in mind that I feel also it's time to also reflect and say gratitude to Mother Nature.
yes,
Yeah, because for a while I've been feeling a sense of restlessness, in the air, in the
yes,
vibes, because I said this world is getting too speedy,
yes,
isn't it? The more speedy we are, the more we need to consume. The more we consume, the more the world has to produce. The more we produce, the more we exploit the mother nature,
right. We
and then
deplete
and the more also we pollute the oceans and
yes,
earth.
yeah,
So if ever I will go, doesn't have to be out of the country, but maybe somewhere that is just to commune with mother nature. Even now you don't even have to go anywhere.
nope, you're
But
right.
I just want to shout out to really reflect, for us to appreciate Mother Nature
Yeah,
at this time.
yeah,
50% less pollution. The air is getting clear. The water is getting clear,
yes,
and then maybe this is also the time that Mother Nature is to restore and heal.
yes,
And then also the wild animals
hmm,
too, are getting a break from us.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
in as
I mean,
much
that's
as
a
it is
blessing.
painful, but then there's the other side,
Oh,
is
absolutely.
that, and of course financially, many families are suffering.
Hmm.
So I hope, we will be interesting to see a new normal,
Yes,
and I hope along with that new normal we will be more conscientious about how we do, with regards to, we put in mind also our appreciation and gratitude, and take care of our home planet,
yes.
better.
Right. Because she's depleted. She's been depleted by the hustle and bustle, and like you said, the massive, the faster we go, the more we need, the more we need, the more we deplete our resources and disrespect the beautiful gift of Mother Nature and the planet.
Yes.
So yeah, you can
And we
almost
pollute. Yeah. All the
right,
toxicity
right.
we
You can
put. Yeah.
almost feel an exhale, like a sigh from the Great Mother Earth,
Hmm.
like you know. So thank you for bringing that through. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing your light. I really do appreciate you. I am so glad that you're part of our Epic community. I met Malou at the Holistic Chamber in Avon. I was grateful for that. And as we progressed through this time, we talked about bringing in a more in depth
Hmm.
interview. So, absolutely, I would love to have you back. Um,
it will be my honor. Yes.
thank you. Thank
Uh,
you.
thank you.
And for our beautiful viewers out there, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for being you. And as I close each epic interview, I want you all to remember to stay healthy, stay home, stay you, stay tuned, and peace out, Epic Scouts.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Samantha.